Hello, hello, hello. I am Silverhypnosis, and this is the first State of the Channel video of 2017. First of all, let me thank everybody for hitting 3,894 subs. I'm amazed by all the support, and I know I haven't posted a whole lot recently, and the reason, I don't know if you can tell, is because of what you're hearing right now, which is a new microphone. So I was sort of getting money together, dealing with the holidays, and I decided to invest in a new mic, which I don't know if you can tell the difference in the quality of it, but it sounds amazing on my end. So hopefully you all on your end can hear it. I'm still working out all the kinks and stuff, so forgive me if this video is a little, the audio is not quite right yet. I'm still learning how to use it. I just unboxed it like 20 minutes ago after getting it, and I played around with it a little bit, and I was like, I gotta try it out. So here we are. So again, thank you for 3,894 subs. That's amazing, especially considering where I was a year ago. My goal, though, in 12 months, the goal of 2017 for me is to hit 10K. That's like my long shot goal. I would like to hit at least 8, but 10 is my goal. So in 12 months' time, I'd like to hit 10K. That's sort of my goal. While we're at that, thank you for 700,000 views, channel views. So we had 775,273 channel views, which is amazing. So thank you for all of that. Also, while I'm at it, let me wish everybody a happy New Year and happy holidays and happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas. If you celebrate any of those, I'm sure I'm missing some. I could do the bit, I can't remember the bit from Simpsons where you have Krusty the Clown basically wish every holiday that takes place around this time. But regardless of what you celebrate, I hope it went well. Hope it's still going well if you're still celebrating. So yeah, now we got all that out of the way. We gotta talk about a few things. Gotta get close and have a little chat. Figure where we're gonna go from here. Because as I said, the goal is to get to 10K by 2018. So we got to figure out what we're doing. The first question I kind of have is, do you guys want me to remake some of my older files or even some of my more recent files with the new audio quality? And forgive my voice, it's a little scratchy at the moment, which kind of bugs me, but we'll deal with it. Do you guys want me to remake some of my newer, older files with new mic quality? Would you rather I make only new content, or would you rather that I make better content, I guess would be the way to put it. Would you rather I sort of update my files with better audio quality and things like that? Would that be better or worse, or would you just like to see new content? That's my kind of question to my viewers and the people who listen to this. So that's sort of my first sort of question, my first sort of business for the day. The other things I got to figure out is I have a bunch of new stuff coming down the pipeline, and I've said this for 5 months, maybe 6 months, something like that, 5-6 months. That I want to diversify. I want to try new things. I want to experiment, and even with what I'm doing. And I've had a bunch of people who've messaged me and said that they want to see me do ASMR. No, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about ASMR. Okay, that's not 100% true. I know what it is or what it's supposed to do. I don't get it, I guess would be the way to put it. Like, I've never really understood the techniques and the... what would you call it? The techniques and the... I don't really know the way to phrase it. I'm just escaping my mind. I've never really understood what you do to make it work the way it's supposed to work. And because there's such a wide variety of things out there, it often seems like it's a lot of people getting really close to a microphone and talking real softly as they relax you. And you have this real deep, soothing voice. And I'm not sure how this works exactly, but I'd like to learn. Of course, that's just because people suggested that I start doing stuff like this. But I don't know if this sounds very good or if it's just really annoying, so I don't know. I've never really understood why whispering into a microphone makes people feel so good, but I'm willing to try to learn and figure it out. Anyway. Okay, so, yeah. I'm glad to have a mic. Glad to have a new microphone and glad to have a, new way. You all made this possible. You all made it possible to get where I am and do what I'm doing, and I'm certainly hoping to expand what I'm doing. I'm hoping to develop new things, learn new things, as always, because it's my belief that as not even in a creative job, but any job you do, you have to be willing to change. You can't just do one thing forever, no matter what job you're in. You could be an accountant, you could be a football star, you could be an online YouTube producer, but you can't do the same thing forever. You need to be willing to learn and try new things and experiment and develop, because in any real industry, things are always changing. Things are always developing. Things are always moving forward. And so, for me personally, when I started this channel, I wanted to push myself. I wanted to develop new things, and that has kind of snowballed into the ability of other people to support me, which is awesome. Because that means that other people can allow me to do this full time. And now that I have a new microphone and new stuff, I can actually I can put more work into it, which is great. Let's see. I mean, there's a lot of things I'd like to do that I'd love to try out and kind of work with now that I can. Because, before I wasn't even using a real mic. I was using an integrated mic. So I wasn't really using a great device. I wasn't using I wasn't really using some wondrous program or anything else like that. So in my opinion, the fact that I got where I am with so little means that now that I have a little more, I should be able to push myself a little more and should be able to try even more new things, and things that I couldn't do before I should now be able to do. So that's good. Is there anything else I want to talk about while I'm here? Because I know this is a new year, and it's the 6th day of the new year, and things are going interesting for me. What else do I want to talk about while I have the opportunity to talk about? Because I already talked about all the things I want to talk about. And these State of the Channel videos have a history with me of going overly long. So I kind of want to avoid that. But in regards to paid content, let's focus on paid content for a moment. I do a lot of paid content only because I've done way less paid content than I thought I was going to do. Because I've been making so much free content. And again, the reason I do paid content are for things that I can't make free, like on YouTube. YouTube won't let me make them free. Because I would have to mark them as adult only, and when you do that, it takes away all your ad revenue and things like that, despite the fact that I make basically nothing on ad revenue. But it also removes them from search engines and stuff, which means you would never see them. You would search up and you wouldn't find them, so it's kind of pointless to mark them that way, to make them age restricted. Now I've floated the idea of dropping it down to $3.99 as opposed to $4.99. What I wish I could do, and I can't do this on YouTube, but I wish I could, would be to have two versions, one for purchasing and one for renting, because it won't let you do both. I can't set it to be renting and purchasing, which is kind of backwards and strange. Because what I wish I could do, because if it was my choice, I would probably have it rented for 99 cents. And, you'd have 72 hours. So you'd pay 99 cents. You'd have a video for 72 hours. And the thing is that, and the thing about that is that, the only people who would then buy the videos are people who are going to listen more than 4 times. So if you listen to a file, 4 times, at that point you might as well just buy the video as opposed to renting it continually. But I was sort of wary about renting because I didn't know how people would take that. I didn't know how people would respond to the ability to rent things, the ability to, they only had it for a certain period of time. I didn't know how people would respond to that if that was the only option. When it came down to it, I felt that purchasing was a better option because I felt that people would probably like to pay once and have it forever, as opposed to having to pay like $1 for 72 hours and then having to pay again after that 72-hour period is over. That's what I thought anyway. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but feel free to sound off on that. Feel free to give me feedback on that. Things like that. Anything else I want to talk about really quickly? Not really. I'm still looking for lots of people, I'm still looking for lots of ideas and suggestions and things like that, as always. I do read them. I've what's kind of funny is that some people may have noticed that I have a very strict word filter kind of on my comment sections. And the reason for that is because I'm trying to protect the people in my comment sections. So there's a lot of people who I see when they that hit either my spam filter or either when you hit a spam filter or you hit the what is it, like hold for approval filter, I guess it would be. I got a lot of people in there, which means I have to clear it out every couple days. But I made this comment to somebody I know where you've made it on YouTube when people are going into your videos and advertising their channels. When people go onto your videos, even like the ones that are like not as popular, that only have like 1,000 views, and are saying, "Hey, check out my channel," that's when you've made it. Because people are now feel that it's worth it to advertise themselves in your comment sections. When you get spam bots who show up in your comment sections and start linking things to other things, when you see bit.ly links in your comment sections, you've attracted the attention of somebody. You're now popular enough that people will do that, I suppose. But yeah, I filter all those things out. So I do love people to have conversations and stuff, but at the same time, like I want to keep the people who comment on my videos, the people who enjoy my content, safe, because there's a lot of awful people in this sort of community. There's a lot of people who like hypnosis but also want to abuse it, and I don't like those people, and I'd like to keep them out when possible. There's also a weird thing where I saw somebody who said that all of my content was sexual, which is weird, because that's not the intention. Like, I never... If I want to be an erotic hypnotist, I'd probably make a hell of a lot more money than I do right now, because that's not really my goal. I was planning on being, not that I'm opposed to such things, but I've never really considered all of my files in general to be that way. I've never considered, the majority of my files, either from the transformation or like just any of my files. I've never really considered most of my files to be erotic in nature. That's not really my thing. I've never really considered that. I mean, I know there are kinks for a lot of people, but I've never really I've never thought of myself as being an erotic hypnotist, I guess is the way to put it. So it's interesting to see how, I guess because I'm not a hypnotherapist, I don't have any interest in being a therapist, because, well, I mean, to be a therapist, you need a whole lot more training and a whole lot more certification, and, you need to have you need to have at least like a doctorate in psychology and stuff, and I'm just not into that. I already have one degree. I don't need another. I'm already major in debt from that degree. I don't need I already got one degree that got me a job on the internet, making hypnosis videos. I don't need another degree, to do that. So, but yeah, it's a lot of questions, a lot of interesting things as time has changed even just in the last year. It's amazing to me that like we're coming up on 2 years, in a couple months, and that's pretty amazing. So yeah, like I said, thank you all again. Thank you for everyone who's helped me get to almost 4,000 subs. That's amazing. And also, hope you're enjoying the new mic. I'm gonna work on it a little bit. Maybe try and get a lot of the background noise out of the way. And hopefully, within the next day or two, we're gonna have some more content coming up. I already got a couple things I need to script and get done. And yeah, just sound off below about what you'd like to see. If you want to see me remake some things, if you do want me to remake things, tell me what you want me to remake. Or if you just want me to make new stuff, and if so, what would you like to see? Yeah, and just, give me feedback. That's what I love doing these videos, is that I can get way more feedback. And if you know any, like, if you want to see me do ASMR, because I've gotten a bunch of requests, send me to people who know a lot about it, I guess would be the way to put it, or where I could find information on it, because I don't know anything about it. And in terms of requests, I mean, if people would like to see some of that, I mean, that's great, but I don't know. I've floated the idea of like doing like almost audiobook style things, or like reading things before, because people seem to really like my voice, which I never expected, but people seem to think my voice is calming, and I'd be happy to experiment. So who knows? So yeah, I guess that's it. Just tell me what you like to see. Thank you again for almost 4K subs, and looking forward to a great new year. See y'all later.